Welcome to Palmer RX. 1 second. Hold on. Oh my gosh, what was that? Yes, I was eating a fake piece of bread. I know you can tell that was a fake piece of bread. It was so obvious. Yes, this is what happens when you have a wheat allergy. It'll affect your throat and things like that. So welcome once again to Palmer RX, and today we're going to talk about wheat allergies. First, I want to bring up Rachel Weisz. She's a British actress. You may have seen her in the movie like The Mummy Returns, Born Legacy, and she was also in my favorite movie, About a Boy. She was there, with Hugh Grant. It's a really good look at it. The guys, you'd love to see this movie. Anyway, she states that she has what is called a wheat allergy. And so how does she take care of this wheat allergy? She says she does this by avoiding gluten. The reason I bring up Rachel Weisz is, yes, this is what is common. Many people think that wheat allergy and gluten allergy are very similar, but they are not. So what is a wheat allergy? Yes, that is the question. What is a wheat allergy? Well, a wheat allergy is an allergic reaction you get by eating something with wheat. Now once again, do not confuse this with gluten intolerance. Gluten is a protein that is found in wheat, barley, and rye. So a person who has a wheat allergy can drink a beer. Beer is made from barley, but a person with gluten intolerance cannot. I repeat, you cannot drink beer if you have gluten intolerance or celiac disease. Anyway, let's get back to the point. So now how do we know if someone is allergic to wheat or someone has a gluten intolerance? Well, basically how this happens is how you react to eating wheat. Like if you eat bread, something like a cookie, how do you react to that? So what happens is when a person who has a wheat allergy ingests something with wheat in it, they get an allergic reaction. Key point, an allergic reaction. So what happens is your immune system overreacts to the fact that, to the proteins that are found in your body. And so it thinks that these proteins, wheaten proteins, are invaders. And so they begin attacking the wheat. So during this whole malaise, this whole battle, a chemical is released called histamine. And you're like, oh, histamine, what the heck is that? Yes, you have heard of antihistamines. So the key is they release a chemical called histamine, and these are symptoms of what the histamine does to your body. So when you have a histamine released in your body, you'll see a skin rash, a runny nose, watery eyes, you'll have trouble breathing, like asthma, similar to any kind of allergic reaction. Seriously, sore throat, like as you saw me eating that fake piece of bread, you saw the sore throat and the coughing. Sometimes a scratchy throat. Also, you can have nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, and when it gets more serious, hives, which is like these red spots all over you where you're itching and it's really bad, to what they call anaphylaxis, where your body just basically starts shutting down. You can't breathe. That point, you'll need an immediate treatment with an EpiPen, like a shot. It's like similar to what you see when people have a bee sting. It's called anaphylaxis, or a peanut allergy where they're like going, and then you gotta hurry up, medic, anybody, find someone to give you that shot immediately, call 911. This is very serious. Stomach cramps. So, how do we diagnose this? Well, number one, if you're having any of these allergies every time you take bread, eat a pizza, something like that, and you're like, geez, you're sneezing, runny nose, watery eyes, You could have it. I'm not saying you do, but you could have it. And you could also be allergic to other things too on top of that. One way they diagnose it is with a blood test or a skin test. Also, doctors recommend doing like a food diary where you take your book and you just chart down your notes and thoughts and, you know, whatever you're thinking related to the food you're eating. All right, that's called a food diary, not an ordinary diary, or, you know, not Anne Frank. That was a very important diary. No jokes here about that, but diary, food diary. Which brings us to treatments. Okay, I'm sneezing, runny nose. We're talking very simple, other than going to the hospital. What are the treatments? First, we look at the non-medical treatments. And the number one non-medical treatment is basically avoid the wheat. You hear that? Avoid the dark, avoid the wheat. Yes, yes. How do we avoid the wheat? Well, it's tricky because I actually did the research and I was really shocked at where wheat was found. I know I'm saying bread a lot and pizza and things like that. These are very obvious. So where is wheat found? Well, you'll be surprised. Wheat is found in soy sauce, ice cream. Can you believe it? Ice cream, really? Hot dogs, salad dressings. I'm a ranch guy myself. I don't know about you, but I don't know. And salad dressings. Then the obvious ones are like breads, cookies, muffins, anything baked, pasta. There could be wheat there. So those, basically, number one thing you do, avoid the wheat. Avoid the dark, avoid the wheat. Avoid the dark means the dark, you know, dark, bad stuff. Light, good, dark, bad. I don't know why I'm saying that, but we will move on. So what else? Okay, so we know number one treatment is to avoid the wheat, right? The next thing is we're gonna follow Rachel Weisz's advice. Just eat gluten-free. Now, this is why everyone thinks they're confused. Well, since gluten is found in wheat, barley, and rye, so beer, a whole bunch of other things that have it, people just feel safe by going gluten-free. Okay, they'll eat gluten-free tablets, medicines, gluten-free bread, gluten-free, whatever it is, gluten-free pizza. And that's a good way because if it's gluten-free, it has no wheat. So you should be okay with that. Now, that does not mean if you are a person with wheat allergy that you should just give up all these other things that have rye or barley in it. I mean, the basic thing is to avoid the wheat, right? So that's what Rachel Weisz suggests, and I agree with her. I mean, that's a good way to do it. Very simple if you're out somewhere and you don't have the time to Google and watch this lovely, lovely pharmacy channel, then you can just do that. So what else? What's another treatment would be like, okay, so you have the runny nose, watery eyes, and things like that. If you're not with the anaphylaxis where you're like, that, okay. Remember, EpiPen in the thigh, go to the hospital if you're that severe allergy. Okay, now if you have something runny nose, you can go to any pharmacy and get an antihistamine. I recommend, Benadryl's good, but if you don't want something that causes drowsiness, go with like a Claritin, an Allegra, or a Zyrtec. Those are the three non-drowsy products. And that should help. If you have like a skin rash, you can use topical Benadryl, something like that, or hydrocortisone cream. You apply it like 3 times a day and you're looking pretty good. I mean, this will get rid of the symptoms. But here's the key. If you're allergic to it and you keep taking it, then you get that histamine reaction and then you get all these symptoms again. So these drugs I'm recommending are to get rid of the symptoms. Once that clears your body, then you can go back to normal. Okay? So anyway, this is where we're at. And where am I? Yes, okay, basically. All right. So basically, in a nutshell, if you're allergic to wheat, you can't have any Wheaties. That was terrible. Wheaties is the breakfast of champions. Listen, if you're not that allergic, you can have your Wheaties, but then you have to take these medications. Finally, I just want to say this concludes our wheat allergies topic, and please, if you enjoy it, I try to make it somewhat more interesting because I used to be bored in class listening to these professors talk and talk and talk like this. Wheat allergy is symptomatic to, you know, that kind of talking. I just wanted to bring up things that are topical because gluten is in the news, and I will be doing a video on something with gluten. But one of the misconceptions is wheat allergy. So that's topic number one. So if you like this video, please like and subscribe. And if you have any ideas that you would want me to do research for you, I can also do that. So once again, I want to thank you all for watching and stay healthy.